You know, one of the things that we brought up repeatedly on Vlad TV, and you spending a lot of time in LA sort of relates to this, is you have people that move to LA, entertainers. And I feel like they fall in love with the gang lifestyle and the gang imagery. You've seen it with Chris Brown. You've seen it with Lil Wayne. Well, he doesn't live in LA, but he's in LA quite a bit. People that don't have anything to do with Crips and Bloods suddenly sort of take on this persona and surround themselves with these types of people, which a lot of times they'll be like extorting them, stuff like that. You know, like you even saw it with Tupac to a certain degree. You know, I'm friends with outlaws and stuff like that, but they have different ideas about this. But you could say that Tupac died because he was gangbanging.
Yes, you could say that.
You could say that, and he wasn't a gangbanger.
Right.
What's your take, you know, on people who do that?
My take on young men, again, is how you was raised and where your mindset is. Life is about choices. Whatever your reason is to be a part of the gang, I don't know. I can't really speak for it. I just hope that gentlemen will make better decisions before going down that route, because I know for a fact the young men who do grow up in gang, from father passed down to son, etc., they take it very seriously. So understand what you're getting into, because like I said, artists who wants to become gangbangers, what the fuck for? What type of image is you trying to portray to be tough? And this is the reason why I never joined even a fraternity in college, because I was my own man. I didn't need to have a fraternity to make me who I was. I think some artists do certain things to make it seem like that's what they need to make them be tougher, to stick their chests out, etc. But a man can walk alone, still be tough, and still be a leader. And like I said, it all comes back full circle to peace of mind. And I'm not saying nothing bad about against the gangs, because I know that's their lifestyle, and I know what this is what they do. That's their lane. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm trying to encourage men who are looking at this, who might be deciding to be in a gang today or tomorrow, like to really think hard about your choices, because I really think that you can take another route. That's just me.
Like, during the course of your career, have you ever had security?
Never.
You've never had security?
Never had security. See, 10, 15 years ago, I never had problems. I'm a big guy, and I think people know my reputation. And years ago, the problem came to me. I'm coming to get you. Now, at my age, if there's an issue, I'm going to pull you to the side, and my tone of voice and every positive word that I know in the dictionary, I am going to use it on that gentleman, because I have a friend, his name is Eddie Sosa in Vegas. And he told me a long time ago, you can act up all you want because they got a place for you. And what he's talking about is either jail or dead. So you can act up, people act up all the time. They don't think it's consequences. It's consequences, bro. So you can't act tough one moment and think it's gonna be okay. Just like when you watch the first 48 on the street, them motherfuckers is blazing. And then get in that room, something just like this room. Something about that room. Them doors close on your ass, the motherfuckers start crying. It's a wrap. And some of these guys go to jail for life. But I want to say something, if anybody's about to commit a crime, if you do get caught, shut the fuck up and wait for an attorney. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the cops be like, you're gonna get a big weight off your chest if you just confess. Okay, I confess. Now you're going to jail for life.
Yes. And some of these guys don't even have a case against them. And they tell on themselves. Crazy shit, man. I can see me and you could talk forever.
You know what it is? I think a lot of artists, because of like street persona, they establish themselves. They feel like they can't have an off-duty cop be their security. You have to have tough guys around them and so forth, so they can maintain a certain level of authenticity.
And all that is wrong. And I tell people that if you're gonna have any type of security, have a cop. If I did hire somebody, it will be a cop, because when they shoot, you know you're gonna be protected. If one of your homeboys shoot, everybody going to jail and you get in the lawsuit. And you put your friend who shot in jail for life. Or dead.
Right. Or if your friend could say that he told me to do it.
Or, yep. So it's time You know, hip hop is going on since '79. The '80s and '90s was learning lessons for a lot of artists today, and they need to take the time to do their due diligence to learn about their history, how people look at Scarface, the movie. It's pretty much about what we're talking about. And people idolize Tony Montana, but they never think about the boss that Tony Montana worked for. He said the coolest shit ever. And to this day, people don't even get it. He said, Tony, it's the people who stayed low key that has longevity in this business. Because I tell people all the time, Tony Montana was the first hater that I ever seen in my life. And let me explain to you what I mean. Tony Montana, this man put you on, took you from the streets of fucking Cuba, made you a powerful motherfucking man. What did Tony Montana do? He set a deal up behind his back, killed him, took his bitch, and so cold that even when his sister, he killed his best friend because he didn't want his best friend fucking his sister. And then 360 will come back around, karma. Because then the man came back and sent his crew to shoot him because he didn't keep his promise by blowing up the man who can testify against all the big leaders in the country. Tony Montana, first motherfucker hater in the history of modern day society. And I hope all these young motherfuckers, I can see your cameraman behind me talking about, yo, this nigga's fucking incredible. But I'm just keeping 100, B. I keep 100.
What do you think about the whole situation?
Man, my point of view, man, I really feel like they tried to paint a bad picture on my brother and try to make him look like he was a hater. It was some envy, jealousy type shit, you know what I'm saying? And actuality, you know what I'm saying? Bro been having this shit, man. He been in the condo.
I got my hat on and I had my Coke bottles up under my hat. And I'm sitting at the dinner table like an asshole with the hat on, knowing she gonna tell me to take it off. And I'm just sitting there just gawping down, you know, in my zone. She said, take that goddamn hat off at the dinner table. I'm like, come on, mom. Coke everywhere.